Hey, what's going on, guys? KGP Fizzi here, bringing you another episode of Guerrilla Mode on Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Now, before I get this commentary started, I want to give a little shout out to the man who actually brought me to, he actually gave me the idea to make another one of these episodes. His name is Coolcora1. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize, man. But, yep, I saw your comment, and so I'm making another one. But, basically, here's another Ghost Recon Guerrilla Mode. And it actually takes place on the map, I believe it's Airfield. I'm playing with my friend Sue Warrior again from last time. And yeah, if you guys want to play with me, just hit me up on Xbox. I'm free to play. Now I'm not going to be talking about the actual Guerrilla mode in this commentary. I'm going to be talking about a story that actually happened to me about, oh god, it was a while ago. When I was 6 years old, I believe it happened. So it was a pretty long time ago. And it's about the time when I got my head cut open, or split open if you want to call it. Basically, I was 6 years old, and I was running around my house with my older brother, and at the time he was 8 and I was 6. So we were just messing around the house and running around, and basically, I don't know what happened. I guess we were playing tag, or was it, I'm not sure if it was tag or some other stupid little child game. But yeah, we were playing it, and basically he was chasing me, and he got to the point where we got really intense into the game, and he was chasing me, and I was running. I was exhausted. I kept running and running, and I guess I was kind of getting dizzy because I was little and I didn't really know what I was doing. I was like running around dizzy, and I happened to run into the corner of my nightstand or dresser, whatever you want to call it. And at the time I was 6, so I was pretty short, and I was probably like 3.5 feet, 4 feet. So I ran into the corner of the dresser and matched up with my head. So it was like a perfect kind of aim. So I just smacked right into it. And to be honest, it didn't really hurt. The impact didn't really hurt. I was just running around like, what the heck happened, you know? And so yeah, it didn't really hurt that bad. I actually continued the game, running around chasing my brother. And as I was running into my office or study, whatever you want to call it, I looked down and I noticed this big red stain on the white carpet. So that was pretty frightening. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck what's going on? And then I rub my head. I can't really feel anything, but then I take another rub and I feel my hand becomes wet. So I'm assuming it's like blood or something, right? Because I see the red stain, of course, and my hand's wet. So I go to my mom. She's in her room reading a book, I think, and turns out it is blood. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? This never happened to me before. And my mom was all freaking out at the time, you know, because I was 6 years old. I didn't know what was going on. She was yelling at my brother. She was freaking out at me. She was like, you know, she was confused because I guess she was like panicking. And so yeah, I was bleeding pretty bad. I was actually losing a lot of blood. I had a big gash in my head about the size of I'm gonna say it was about maybe a 2-inch gash in my head, which is fairly big to have a gash that big in your head. So yeah, I was bleeding really bad. So the first thing my mom did was she didn't call 911. She actually called my dad, and he was actually at work. You know, not the smartest thing to do. She probably should have called 911 first, but she called my dad. So my dad was like, all right, I'm leaving right now. I'll be there in a minute. Well, actually, not really a minute. He lives 45 minutes away from the house. So he's like, yeah, I'll be there in hopefully within an hour, because he has to check out and leave his work and everything. So my mom was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Because, you know, she actually knows what to do, but she was just panicking. So my dad told my mom to, like, get me a washcloth, a wet washcloth, and put it on my head and drive me to the hospital. So sure enough, that's what we did. And the unfortunate thing was that the hospital was actually, it was about, the closest hospital to our house at the time was like 30 minutes away. So, you know, it wasn't no easy trip to get there. It actually took a long 30 minutes. So at the time of us driving, I was losing a lot of blood, and I guess, if I can remember, I kind of got dizzy, and I think I might have passed out. I'm not sure. But yeah, I was losing a lot of blood, and we finally got me to the hospital. It took us like a 20-minute wait for us to actually get into an emergency room because it was so busy at the time. I think it was a weekend, and it was just so busy. So yeah, it took us like 20 minutes to actually get a room. So by then, it was like a 50-minute wait since the actual accident, and I was losing a lot of blood, and it just wasn't a good time at all. So we finally get into the room, and the doctor looks at my head, or the surgeon, the doctor. He says, "Wow, what'd you do here?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't speak for myself because I was like, I think I might have been passed out, like I said." My mom kind of told him what happened, and turns out I had to receive about, I think it was 6 or 8 staples into my head. It wasn't stitches, it was staples. Now this, if you guys ever had stitches or staples, I'm sure you can relate to this. Um, I've had them. I know probably some of you guys had stitches on your body before, but I've gotten staples on my head, which actually, it from what I can remember, it hurt really, really bad. Um, all I know is that the doctor gave me some medicine, and basically they took like this big, the stapler gun. It actually looked like one of those ones that someone that does construction would use for like plywood and stuff. It looked like that, and it was hooked up to a outlet, I believe, and he basically started putting that thing right into my head, and that, from what I can remember, like I said, it was just really one of the most painful experiences in my life. So yeah, they did give me some medicine. However, I can't remember what it was, but it was some kind of medicine, make you all hazy and that and whatnot. So yeah, they gave me that. Of course, that would probably reduce the pain by like 50%, because if I didn't have that, I can only imagine the pain then. But yeah, it actually went fairly quick. It took only about 20 minutes for the procedure to be over with. So yeah, it's fairly quick. And then at the end of that, of course, I got a lollipop, and then I was happy from there on. And that's basically the time when I got my head cut open. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Wasn't that long of a story, but hopefully it was fairly interesting for you guys. And yeah, I guess the rest of the gameplay I'll be talking about the actual Guerrilla mode in Ghost Recon. Alright, by now I hope you guys realize Ghost Recon is a very fun game. There's just an endless amount of stuff you could do in this game. The only downside about the game I actually mentioned previously is that you cannot sprint. I'm sorry, you cannot jump, and there's not that big of a gun choice, which it kind of bums me out. I believe there's only like maybe 15 or 20 guns. So yeah, it's not a lot of guns at all. And as far as sights go and attachments, there's a lot of those. So barely any guns, but a lot of attachments and sights, which is, I guess it's pretty good. And yep, that's as far as the game goes itself. I'm still trying to get used to pub matches. I've been trying pubs, and kids they're over the top all-stars in pubs. I mean, I guess they've been playing the Ghost Recon series for a long time now, and I'm fairly new to it, so I'm still got to get used to that. If one of you guys is actually good at Ghost Recon, you want to help me out, just hit me up on Xbox, Grandma Special. I could use some help on this game. I'm still trying to get into it, and I haven't fully figured out all the controls yet, but I'm getting there. I recently added a link to our Game Battles team on our YouTube channel. It should say our Game Battles team right on the right side of our YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, we're doing pretty good. Right now we have 8 wins, 3 losses. It's not the best at all, but we're getting up there, I think. And we are recruiting 8 free agents for our team. So if you play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and you are good, you don't have to be. Yeah, I guess so. If you have to be pretty good, but if you think you're pretty good, message us, and I guess we can try you out, and yeah, it'll be a fun time to play with our subscribers on GB. I think that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, if you are pretty good at the game, just let me know. Message me or Phasm or Cantulis, and we'll be interested in trying you out if you want. That's basically all I have to say about this gameplay and about the commentary, but I do want to throw in a few more things. What was I gonna say? Oh yes. Basically, I'm uploading RuneScape videos now, and it's a change from Call of Duty and Xbox console games, but yeah, I mean we're here kicking gameplay. We're here to do a variety of games, not just Call of Duty. We're gonna be doing a bunch of different games, so I hope you guys do enjoy RuneScape, and if you don't, if I get enough hate where it comes to the point where I have to take it down, I will. But I hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, well that's basically all I have to say this commentary. I hope you really enjoyed it. And yeah, if you want, you can enjoy the rest of this Guerrilla mode. I believe we can make it to one more wave, and then I have to cut it off because the video is getting kind of long. But stay tuned for part 2 of this map, and part 2 will be up shortly. Hopefully, not within, hopefully within 2 to 3 days. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. My name is KGP Fizzi. I'm out. Peace.